Hello, and thank you for tuning into this week's Mayor's Update. As always, we have a lot of important information to share with you here this week, so please feel free to share this video with your friends, family, relatives, and anyone else you think might find this information helpful over the course of the coming week. I want to start off by wishing a special congratulations to all of our students at Gardner High School who were inducted this past week into the National Honor Society's Chair City chapter. We had about a dozen students who were all accepted as members of the National Honor Society after meeting certain benchmark criteria and then being voted on by a faculty council of faculty and staff at Gardner High School. It was a very special event that we have every year, so I want to congratulate all those students on achieving that very important success and level in their education that they've done there. I also want to wish a special congratulations to all of our students who participated in this past week's All-City Chorus concert. The students who were in choral programs at Gardner Elementary, Gardner Middle School, and Gardner High School put on a joint concert together. This happens once every spring. So that we can show off all of the great talent happening within our music programs in the city of Gardner. And it was a very special night for everyone involved. And I want to congratulate not only our students, but Mrs. Kathy McKay, Mr. Sean McGann, Mrs. Joanne Landry, and Mr. Larry Zuaro, all of our choral teachers across the school district for the great work that they do each and every day within our schools. We want to let everyone know that summer camp registration has begun here in the city of Gardner. So if you are interested in participating in our recreation department summer program over at Gardner High School, online registration is available. I hear we already have almost over 100 people signed up for the program, and it's only been live for 2 days. So if you are interested in registering, or you know someone who would be interested in registering, you can go to the recreation department's website or Facebook page and click on the registration form and be able to help fill that out there. If you can contact our athletic director and recreation director, Dan Fort, if you have any questions on that process. The city has actually begun to work with our on-call real estate broker, Pelletier Properties, out of the city of Leominster, to sell a couple of properties that the city is no longer using or obtained through the tax title process. These are all done through a process known as a request for proposal process that's outlined by state law and dictates how the city can sell land. If you are interested in any of those properties, you can contact either our purchasing office here and speak to Joshua Cormier, our director of purchasing, or you can contact Pelletier Properties directly and speak to our real estate broker, Nicholas Pelletier, and we'll be able to get you that information. I can tell you the properties that we have for sale right now are the properties at 75 East Broadway. That's the former Prospect Street School building over in South Gardner, and that has a minimum sale price of $100,000. 14 Leamy Street is a former factory site on Leamy Street that the city used CDBG funding to tear down. It is now a about 3/4 acre lot that's available in a residential neighborhood. The minimum price on that one is $51,000. 73 Stewart Street is a old factory building that needs to be demolished before it can be developed on, but we're selling the property as is, so the new owner would likely have to be fully responsible for demolishing the property before anything could be done there. Because of the cost of the demolition and everything else that needs to be done to that location, the City Council voted to set the minimum sale price of that property at $1. So again, all of these can be done through that process. 177 West Street, it's the former Reliable Finishing Factory over on West Street that the city tore down a couple years ago. The minimum price on that lot is $20,000. And then the last one that we have is 478 Chestnut Street. This is a residential property that the city took through the tax title process with a minimum price of $42,000. Again, any questions on those can be directed to our purchasing director, Joshua Cormier, or our city's realtor, Nicholas Pelletier at Pelletier Properties. Lastly, we want to let people know that the city's City Charter Review Committee has voted to set their public hearing so that the public can share their input as to any changes they'd like to see made in the city charter for the proposals that will go before the City Council later this year at next Thursday, February 23rd at 4 p.m. in the City Council chamber. Anyone there is able to voice their concerns about the process, about what needs to be changed in the city charter, or if you are unable to make it to that public hearing, you can submit any written testimony, written correspondence, or any thoughts that you have on the city charter and everything that's going on with this potential revision to Colin Smith in my office at csmith@gardner-ma.gov, or you can mail it to the mayor's office to Colin Smith's attention, and we will get those immediately out to the committee so that they can review those, so that they can take anything that's said in that into consideration as they go forward with their review of the city charter and propose any potential amendments to the city charter. With that said, that is this week's update. I know it's a little shorter of one, but there are a lot of important information in there, particularly with the sales of the properties and the city charter's public hearing. So we want to make sure that those get the highlight here, and we'll have a lot more for you next week. With that said, if there's any questions on anything that was brought up at all, you can contact my office at any time, and I look forward to speaking with you again next week. Enjoy the long weekend. Reminder that City Hall will be closed this coming Monday, and we'll see you again for next week's update. Thank you very much, and have a great day.